fail at something so simple? I could pass this course easily, and one day I'll prove it. And begin!
I did it! I knew I could.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and usually on this channel I portray myself as the good guy. But today you will discover
The dark side of Bryson.
let's go over my toxic traits. Shouldn't take that long to get through. And would never do anything to hurt them. Except for bugs and insects. When I see one of these creepy crawlies on my territory, my sweet nature vanishes and I become a sadistic on-site killer. Hurricane. Started setting up nests on my house. Without even paying rent, by the way. So I sprayed them with wasp spray. I won't lie, I enjoyed watching them perish. Which reminds me, this here is a salt shotgun. Here's how it works. If you don't have one, a normal shotgun is a perfectly fine substitute. And this is a button that could magically kill every mosquito. All other animals, you're good. But enough of my crimes against bugs. Let's get into my crimes against people. I judge people for being fans because they're nerds. Even if I like the exact same things, I'm not a nerd. I'm too cool for that. And my liking it is not the same as them liking it. I'm built differently. I'll literally be in line at the Lego store on the release day of some new Lego sets, and there are people there, you know, talking about Lego, and I'm all like, nerds. Have they no shame? When I do it, it's cool, but when they do it, it's lame. That'll be $1,800. Lego brand credit cards. See you next week. Nerds. It's the same thing when I'm stuck in traffic. Like, why are all these people on the road when I myself am also on the road? And again with crowded public spaces. Why are all these people here? Don't they know this public space is for me? Another time, my family and I went to a model train store because admiring a train when a man materialized behind me.
You have a good eye. That's a G-Gauge 060 VR Class VR1 locomotive with Bluetooth capabilities. It stopped being operated in 1974, but you can still see them in railroad museums or add them to your layout.
And I just thought, I like trains too, but calm down, nerd. I feel like it's seen as uncool to be really excited about things because people want to seem nonchalant and don't want to be doing too much. And I'm part of the back to me being a terrible person. When I see an Olympic athlete mess something up, I'm all like, wow, dude. Really? Amateur hour over here. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on the couch with joints that would explode if I even attempted what they're doing. It's the same thing as a guy watching someone get knocked out in a fight and saying, I would have dodged.
You don't know my mentality, bro. When it's go time, I see red and bodies hit the floor.
Why does this happen? Why do people overestimate their ability to before? It's because of the Dunning-Kruger effect, the phenomenon where a person learns a little bit about a subject, thinks themselves to be an expert, and then as they keep learning, they realize the depths of their ignorance. If they keep learning, they climb the slope of enlightenment and earn competence that matches their confidence. That initial spike of unearned confidence is called the peak of Mount Stupid, and it's where Twitter users live. Gross incompetence and a big opinion of oneself are a pretty potent mix that causes lots of problems. They do make for great epic fail videos, though.
I got this.
I'm guilty of getting on Zoom calls and just looking at myself the whole time.
Considering you 80 through a school zone, stole an officer's service weapon using a T-Rex grabby toy, and committed massive tax fraud.
Shut up for a second. Dang, I look good. Ooh, look at that jawline. But I don't feel that bad about this one, because I know you do it too on your Zoom calls. When I text someone and it says they have their notifications silenced, always hit notify anyway. Who do you think you are, Mr. High and Mighty? You can take a second to
This is hypocritical of me.
I like to silence other people, especially the door salesman. I think we stop talking your ear off by saying,
I'm not interested. Get off my property.
so to avoid this, I got a doorbell cam. Now I can tell people at my door that I'm
Not interested without even going to the door.
Hi.
I'm selling rocks. This one is pretty cool, huh?
Sorry, I'm not interested. And then he kept yapping at me, like they do.
I just think it would be good to jump on this 2 rocks for the price of 1 deal we have. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
And as I waited for a moment in the conversation to tell him to leave, the camera made a noise. I think it was him. So he got mad and said,
Wow. To hang up on me is crazy.
and even though I could have explained my and nowadays, I won't even answer the doorbell cam to salespeople.
I'll just watch them slowly
And leave my porch. It's great. When I watched movies as a child, I would self-insert myself as the cool character, and I would imagine my brothers as the mean guys. And it wasn't just in movies. I remember being a child reading the biblical story of Joseph, where his brothers get jealous of his friends, so they sell him to Egypt. But Joseph ends up ruling over them. And I immediately thought, okay, so Joseph is me, and the mean brothers are Brody and Brady. Fortunately, life has humbled me and taught me that I'm not that guy. And I've realized that my brothers are actually way nicer than his brothers, and I should be grateful. But the good guy is me and the bad guys are my brothers is just hilarious to me. Oh, you can't do any of that. You don't know my mentality, bro. When it's go time, I see red and bodies hit the floor. You are 5 years old. Have you heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect? I used to never admit when I was wrong. Luckily, I grew out of this one, but when I was 12, I was playing this video game with my friends where you throw ninja stars at bad guys. We were competing against each other, and I was in the lead. I took my turn, then Travis went. He threw the ninja stars faster and better than me, and he won the whole thing. I started to have feelings about that and said, it was a glitch. It wasn't working when it was my turn, but it worked for you. My friend said that I lost fair and also square, and I was pissed. Then later I thought, wow, that was embarrassing. Maybe I should just swallow my pride, admit I'm wrong, and be so for real. Wait, is this what a healthy emotional response feels like? A lesson a surprising number of adults still haven't learned yet. I think it's because people wrongfully associate admitting mistakes with weakness, when in actuality, admitting you made a mistake is the more courageous and strong thing to do. To put it briefly, you can either double down or level up. I apologize to my friends, and I'm good at admitting when I'm wrong now, because it happens all the time. It's okay to admit when you're wrong. Just say oopsie daisy. Objection, Your Honor. My client pleads oopsie daisies.
Sustained innocent.
If you're a stickler about honorifics, I immediately don't like you. Like, insisting that everyone refer to you as Dr. Jones, especially considering that that's not a normal thing for any other profession. Actually, you have to call me Accountant Allen. You have to. Should I force you all to refer to me as high school graduate Bryson? I can understand these in certain situations, like if your young son had a friend over and the friend said to you,
Yo, what's up, Tyler?
I think it's okay to ask a child to call you Mr. Stevens. But if you're just at a party with people your age and they're like, how you doing, Craig? And you say, you can call me Dr. Smith, then I think you're insufferable and need to get over yourself a little bit. And that's why I'm not going to call you Your Honor, okay? Check your ego, Janice.
Bailiff, whoop his ass.
Oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. When I'm a fan of something, I'll intentionally avoid the online community because, in my experience, people start to treat it like a religion and say, you're not a real fan of blank if you don't XYZ. And then people start screaming at each other. I just like the thing. I don't want to be lectured to about how to be a real fan. And I don't want strangers on the internet to ruin this thing that I like because this thing is not as devout as you, and I don't meet some arbitrary rules you made up. Even if someone sees a character design from a show they haven't watched and says, I like that, boom, they're a real fan. That doesn't mean they have the tattoo of it. There's no committee that has to deem someone worthy of calling themselves a fan. And that's when it hit me. I when other people are being judgmental, so I shouldn't do it either. Basically, me judging people for judging other people helped me learn not to judge people as much. Okay, of course, I'm not perfect at this. I am a work in progress, and I will still judge people sometimes. For example, I love listening to internet stories on the side who's involved. It is to try and be a better person, to perceive as many perspectives, to learn from others' mistakes, to apply them to my own life. But I'm a better person and would never do the bad things the people in the story did. Am I the bad guy for shooting my neighbor? Okay, let's hear them out. I, 32F, shot my neighbor, 42M, in the head because his dog pooped on my yard. So I knew I had to take matters into my own hands. As you can probably guess by looking at my doing less show and tell and doing more look and listen. But before I do that, check out this picture really quick. Are you looking? Hey, pay attention. Look. Beautiful, isn't it? Now say some compliments about it. Go on. I'm waiting. I'm hesitant to try new things because I've already discovered what I like. I'm an outfit repeater, a meal repeater, and a movie rewatcher. And proud. I know what I like. When I say that I like a restaurant, when I look through the menu, I'm acting. It's a lie. The waiter knows exactly what I'll order, and so do I. It's the same as the last 29 times. I'm working on being more adventurous and trying new things because it's good for me. And it turns out, when you try new things, you find more things. Will you take option A, rewatch Avatar The Last Airbender for the 600th time? Watch this new show that your friend recommended to you that has a perfect 10 on IMDb and get $1 million. In conclusion, I'm a flawed human being, but I learned today that as you keep working on you'll be able to do amazing things. For example, look how much better I am at this obstacle course
As we can see, Bryson has failed. But that's okay, because you learn the most from failure. He can come back to
or not. Am I a good person or not? Or perhaps, did you learn today that it's not so black and white? What's something so simple? I could pass this course easily. And one day, prove it. And begin.